Hello and welcome to another one of my videos. Now Santa has just been and I've received some very nice gifts. I hope all of my viewers also receive some nice gifts this Christmas, and I thought it would be a great opportunity to share a couple of them with you. Now these are some of the wonderful gifts I got from my wife and family. First of all, I got this very impressive professional golf set. I don't know if you can pick that up there. I'm sure that will come in very useful at quiet times. They also got me a very nice mankini, and here's a photo of me modelling that right now. Wasn't that nice? They also found me something I've been searching for a very long time, and they managed to get me the perfect woman. Now I've been searching for one of these for many years, and one of my daughters actually found me the perfect woman. They also got me to go with that some leopard print thongs, and here's another photo of me modelling that. And of course, you need a drink at Christmas time, and I also got this very masculine, very needed corkscrew. I don't know if you can see that there. Very nice gift. And to finish off, my wife also got me, Sue, a very nice impressive bottle of Dr. Brown's hair growth serum. I don't know why she thought I needed some of that, but anyway, here's a nice bottle of Dr. Brown's hair growth serum. Okay, so very lovely gifts, and I'd like to thank all of my friends and family and relatives for those. They're very much appreciated, as you can see. But also, in amongst all of those, I was also gifted a very nice meal combat individual or U.S.C. ration. Now this particular one I believe is 1978, so it's a 40-year-old ration, and this one is beefsteak with a B3 unit. So let's get this on a table and see what the pack contains. Okay, so I now have here on the table my meal combat individual or C ration, C-rat. This is the beefsteak unit B3. A closer look there. Now the box itself is in very good condition for a 40-year-old ration. No sign of leakage or internal damage. So let's have a look what the pack contains. Now, straight away there is the original accessory packet containing matches, chewing gum, toilet paper, coffee instant, creamer substitute, sugar and salt. Be interesting to see if they're still usable. I'd really like to try a 40-year-old coffee. That's to one side. We have the old C ration US spoon. Again, be interesting to use one of those and see how they work. And just down to the tins. Now this particular one is beefsteak with gravy. Very nice condition tin. No sign of any corrosion there. I wonder if it would be edible. 40-year-old beefsteak with gravy. No bloating of the tins. I'm not sure of the date code there. 8066. So I'm assuming that's 1978. There is a cheese spread plain. And again, the tin looks in very good condition. But that one does seem to have a little bit of bloat to it. So 40-year-old cheese spread. Doubtful if that has survived, but we'll see. We also have sliced peaches from the California Canners and Growers. And again, there's a little dent in the side there, but the general overall condition of this can is pretty amazing. And that still sounds liquid. I wonder if they're still edible. And the last item in the box is the bee-free unit, crackers and candy. And again, very nice looking condition. No sign of any serious rust. And the contents still sound loose. So, this is the beefsteak. That still sounds loose. Very interesting to find out if these are still edible. And that is the contents of the Meal Combat Individual Beefsteak B3 unit from 1978. So, let's get these out on a tray and see what they look and maybe taste like. So, as you can see, I now have everything laid out on the tray, and just because these could gone a little bit rancid, I also have on standby a little bit of a mask and gloves. I'm not taking no chances. Botulism is something I do not want over Christmas. So, let's see what these packs actually contain. Now, I'm going to start with the accessories because I'm hoping there is a coffee in there that I can still enjoy. And it's sealed foil packet. And I'll slit it from the back to try and do as less damage as possible because I want to keep these for display. We'll see what's in there. So, there is some Toffee Industries toilet paper. Nice little roll of TP. There is, oh that's promising, some iodized salt. The fact that it is still crystal is nice. There is a book of matches, and it says they're designed for damp climates. White tip matches. There is a creamer substitute, and that still feels quite soft, non-dairy. Instant coffee type 1, 2.5 grams. That feels a little bit hard. There is a pair of gum which still look fine, and sugar, 6 grams. So that's the contents of the accessory pack. That's one side. And I think what I'll do is we'll have a look if this type 1 instant coffee is still usable. So let's have a look. Let's bring the cup over. I don't want to spill any of this, so I'm rather excited with this one. It's the oldest one I've done to date. Let's open that neatly. And what have we got? Now, it looks to be a little bit compressed. Cannot actually see any mould on there though. So I think we'll hydrate that and see what we get. I'm going to bring in a US MRE spoon at this stage. I don't want to contaminate everything straight away. There's a nice smell of coffee coming from there. We'll give it about half a cup. See how it dissolves. That seems to have dissolved okay. I do have here some water to rinse the spoons. So, 40-year-old type 1 instant coffee. Is it still drinkable? Smells like coffee, no bitters, smell, small taste. That's very bitter. Unsure about that one. Have another taste. Tastes like coffee. I think what we'll do is we'll add the cream as substitutes. Got a couple of coffee grinds in my hand still there. Now that looks like it's in reasonable condition. A little bit clumpy again. Just wipe my hands off. Got coffee grinds in my hands. Give that a stir. And we might as well go the whole hog and put in the sugar. It's here, why not? If anything's going to be edible and drinkable, I think it's going to be this. With the full pack of sugar. Try and save all these little packages. It's almost a museum piece. Let's have another taste of that. There's a strange aftertaste. Might be edible, I'm not quite sure. There's a little strange aftertaste. I'm not going to drink any more. You don't know if the cream has gone or the coffee's gone. I'm just going to swill my mouth. Just got some water here just to swill my mouth. Oh, it might sound disgusting there, you'll have to excuse me. I've got a little bowl offside there so that I can rinse my mouth out and spit out any residues just in case. As I said, it is Christmas, I don't want botulism. Now, where do I go? Let's have a look at the beefsteak with gravy. Now, I'm sure if I heated this up, boiled the can, it might make it more palatable if it is edible. But we'll soon see. 40-year-old meat is never going to be a healthy risk. I'm going to try and open it from the bottom using a P38 style tin opener. This isn't a P38, it's just a style one. See if it works. And it doesn't look like it's going to... Oh! That's not working very well. I have an old tin opener, a very old tin opener again, because I don't want to contaminate anything at home. So we'll bring in the old tin opener. Wow. That does actually look okay. It smells of beef. There is no rotten smell there. No smell of anything untoward. Let's bring that lid. Let's have this out on the tray. Nice and cleanly exited the tray, the tin. And let's have a look. There is some burgers, a little bit green around the edges. Not what I was expecting. It looks like it's 3 little patties. And let's open this and see what they're like. Now the fat seems to have gone a little bit green. There's a little bit of corned beef. Smells okay. Actually, that has a corned beef sort of taste. It's got a little bit green around the edges, but the centre itself actually seems okay. I'm not going to, there's no burn on the tongue, there's no aftertaste to the mouth. Do you know? Let's get that off the edge of my mouth. I think if that was warmed up, heated up, nice and hot, I think that would still be edible. I'm not going to take the risk. It's 40-year-old meat. You can see around the edges it's going a little bit dark, but I think that's just the congealed fat. I'm sure if we had boiled that in water, that would have still been edible. Very surprising. Oops. Just made a mess everywhere. Rinse my spoon. You might hear a lot of slopping sounds off to the side. As I say, I've got a little bit of water. And again, I'm going to rinse my mouth. Now that tasted like if it was warmed up, you could take the chance and eat those. So interesting. Let's hope the others have lasted the same. So let's have a look at these crackers and candy. And again, I'm going to open it from the bottom, and I'm going to go straight for my old tin opener. Clearly my attempt at a P38 isn't going to do the job. There was no hiss there on the puncture. Still having no after effects from those. And again, the tin is in immaculate condition, perfect condition. There is a little dividing paper there. Now, for some unknown reason, there seems to be half a cracker at the top. Little divider there. 2 chocolate candy discs, which is nice. It means I can open one and keep the other one for display. And 4 crackers, which again look okay. So let's move those discs. I'm going to keep all of these for display, and I'll come to the second one in, or third one down, and we'll have a look at these crackers. They're still crisp, no bleachy smell. They're very dry, slightly salty, no strange aftertaste. Again, I think those would be edible if you wanted to take the full risk. Unfortunately, I'm not going to risk that, but I think they are edible biscuits, crackers. Again, I'll swim my mouth. Let's have a look at the candy. Chocolate disc with toffee enriched sweet. And there was 2 of these. As I say, I shall keep one wrapped for display. Pop it back in the tin. Wow. Wow. That looks perfect. There's not even any bloom on the chocolate. So that looks like a solid bar of chocolate, and it says it's chocolate with toffee enriched sweet. It looks like it's just chocolate. Now that has a little aftertaste. Sorry about that. That looks perfect. They do look perfect. But when you chew that, there's a little hint of, dare I say, it tastes a little bit like vomit. I'm sure it never meant to taste like that. But that's a shame. That looks like a perfect chocolate bar. But there is an aftertaste which I'm not sure about. Could have been the sorbitol or some of those sweeteners that they put in them. But that's a shame. Looks perfect. There's a slight aftertaste there. I'm going to rinse my mouth out once again. At this precise moment, there is no sort of after effects developing. I'm going to save the cheese till last because that has bloomed. But I'm going to have a look at these sliced peaches. Again, sound very liquid. Open it from the bottom to save the tins. Use my old tin opener once again. Wow, can't believe the look of these contents. Now that looks perfectly edible. There's no strange smell. And we'll use the spoon to get a few of those out. Now those look in perfect condition. Perfect looking condition. Okay, so again put a tin to one side and we'll once again have a little taste. Nothing too much, but they cut nice little peach there. That just tastes perfect. Have another one. There is absolutely nothing wrong with those peaches. Those are perfect tasting peaches. You could certainly eat those. Out of everything to now, that is the most natural. Very nice peaches. Okay, rinse my spoon. There's a lot of spoon rinsing going on, and mouth rinsing. I don't think I need to rinse my mouth for those. Those peaches taste perfect. So, this just leaves the very distressing cheese. Now, is this going to be the letdown? Now, unfortunately, it looks like I've got to open it from the top. No hiss. Oh, there we go. That was not good, was it? And the smell's not too bad, but that was definitely under pressure. let's continue. Wow. Now, surprisingly, although it was under pressure, that does not smell as bad as you'd think. I'm not going to eat that. Not even going to try. But the smell doesn't smell as bad as you would think. It actually smells like a blue cheese. I'm sure it's not meant to. I'm sure it's like a cheddar. It smells like a blue cheese as opposed to physically rotten. So I'm not going to try that. But it looks like it's a cheese spread. There's a little bit of green forming on the edge there. But it smells like a blue cheese. Not actually rotten as such. So again, maybe edible. Certainly not going to try and find out. Now it just leaves me the gum. 40-year-old chiclets. Again, I shall just try the one. They look perfect. Firm. But perfect tasting. Real sugar coating. Mint is there. Actually, out of the gum and the peaches, both of those are perfect. You would not know either of those are 40 years old. Wow. Very good piece of gum. Okay. Swell my mouth out once more. Very exciting, very pleasing experience. Overall, the vast majority of these contents, I'm sure if they was heated, reheated to a high temperature, would be perfectly edible. The meat pâtés were the biggest surprise. They actually look like and have a taste of corned beef, and the fact there was 3 pâtés, it's like a corned beef. Round the edges is a little bit dark. I think that is congealed fat, but it does taste like corned beef. I'm sure if that was warmed up to a hot temperature, that would be very edible. I did actually spit it back out because meat is meat. It's 40 years old. It is Christmas. I don't want to risk being in hospital, but from tastes, that tasted fine, and I think if it was heated up, perfectly edible. The cheese, even though it was bloated, it has a smell of a I forgot what they call it now, a blue cheese. A smell of a blue cheese as opposed to being actually rotten, and probably again, if perfectly fine to eat, I just don't want to risk it at this stage. But it does smell like it's a blue cheese rather than a cheddar, not rotten. There is a difference between a blue cheese and a rotten cheese. That does not smell rotten. The crackers look perfect, no mould, no damp. They're salty, floury, again, no taste or hint of age condition, just a no bleach smell. Very good, plain, simple biscuit. The chocolate looks perfect. No bloom, no hint. The actual slight taste could be some sort of sugar or sorbitol flavour. It might not be gone off. I'm not used to old US style chocolate. Maybe that's the way it tasted 40 years ago. It certainly looks perfect. It's just a slight aftertaste I'm not familiar with, so I won't take the risk. But the inside of the tin is in tip-top condition. The wrappings were in tip-top condition. So probably, again, the chocolate would probably be perfectly fine to eat. Certainly the peaches, certainly fine to eat. Fresh, no metal taste, no metallic taste, they're still peach colour, they've not lost their colour. Certainly edible. The coffee, again, there's a slight aftertaste there which I'm not sure about. Probably perfectly fine to drink, but if you're not sure about the taste, I can't take the risk. But it's still very pleasing to try. And lastly, I think, is the gum. Perfect as the day it was made. Sugar coating, not artificial, very firm to bite, proper natural gum sort of feel, but feels just like it's come from the factory today. So there we have the Meal Combat Individual Beefsteak B3 unit. What a great pleasure it was, thoroughly enjoyed it. So please remember to like, share, subscribe and hit that notification button for future videos coming very soon. So thank you and goodbye.